Just not thinking at all.
Fuck,
Bro.
Honestly, yeah, I do think there is something to, like, I think that's maybe why, like, girls can like a simple, dumb dude, because he's just, there's some, I believe in the inherent wisdom of the Forrest Gump type.
Like 85% of the time, his brain's just...
Yeah, which is like a thing that other people are on the top of a mountain striving for.
Like, just like trying to get a signal, and every now and again, like, would you like to eat some food now? And he's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, just...
You know, and she's like,
his brain is like a bad AM radio station.
Would you like to go to California? You want to go on vacation? Oh my God, he's so spontaneous, and he thinks about us. But yeah, no, like that's
boobs,
dude. Titties, boobs. Hey, you look good. Can I touch your tits? Like, oh yeah, he loves me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's something about that,
right? As opposed to some guy with perfect reception who just some know-it-all wiener type.
Perfect reception while a 5-disc CD player's stuck and just playing every fucking disc on loop, and also a CB radio on full volume, and then also just another like a
vinyl player.
Just vinyl.
The record's over, but it's still spinning.
It's still going. It's still going, and then an actual live band, an actual mariachi band that just won't leave. Nope, you want to hear it again? We're gonna play it again. Yeah,
and mariachi band that won't leave.
Yeah,
that's when you lose your mind, I think.
That would be a fucking fantastic short film. Just the guy like walks past a mariachi band on the subway and just like, what's that shit? And then they just follow him until he begs them to stop.
And they're outside of his window.
And he just won't. They just won't.
And they call the police, but they're not technically on their property, so there's nothing they can do.
No. And he's at work, and they're playing across the street.
Dude, that's what scares me about, like, a stalker is that, like, they know the law enough to know exactly what they can and cannot do, and so they're never really doing anything wrong, and they're just, like, destroying your quality of life, but, like, from a legal place,
but
which
also,
is
like,
horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Imagine learning the law so that you could be just enough of a scumbag to drive someone insane without going to jail.
I think though they're more learning the law, but in their heads, in their minds, which are clearly out of shape or broken in some way, like a record, they are learning the law, and they realize maybe deep down at the core that they are learning the law so they could find loopholes to be up in someone's shit, but they're justifying it because I don't think they're trying to make you lose your mind. They're trying to, you love them, obviously.
Yeah, they have like this perverted infatuation.
They
just want it to be okay. Oh, they think you love them?
I think a lot of the time it's, I don't know.
And you just won't admit it?
Yeah, or like you can admit it.
So they need to like be there just in case you decide to?
So there's this club. Fuck, I don't know if I should give up. Okay, fuck it. There's a club. I'm not going to say the name of it. It's a dope-ass club. And there's I just feel like I don't know if I should be giving out this info.
It doesn't matter. What is the story?
It's an awesome club in Wisconsin. And there's a very popular comedian who now hosts a late-night themed show on ABC. And she was doing, I'm just not going to say names. Let the people put the fucking shit together. But she was doing this club. It's an awesome club. But her agents earlier were like, hey, by the way, here's this guy's picture. He is a stalker. He shows up to all of the shows everywhere she is. He has yet to actually do anything crazy or freaky, but he's not allowed in. And the club was like, got it. And 6 shows, he showed up to every single show. And the staff was like, you're not allowed in here. And he would go, oh, really? Okay. And leave. And then show up 3 hours later for the 10 p.m. And they're like, you're not allowed. He goes, oh, okay, sorry. And he
got me.
And then he would show up, and he did it for all 6 shows. And something I really, like, I am so, like, just to sit a guy like that down and be like, just tell me what you think is going to happen. Just tell me what. Just tell not even the world. Just tell me. I'll tell the world, or I won't tell anyone. But like, is it like, oh, she loves me and she can't say anything because.
Do you think if she was like, I need to be with you for the rest of my life, he'd be like, ew, like
just get
stalker,
the stalker ick. There's a way.
Like, is it the fact that they can't have it? Is that what's attractive to them?
Could be, or
like the thrill of the hunt, but they don't want to actually.
I feel like there's a movie that has touched on this before, but I can't think of what it is. But yeah,
Baby Reindeer.
Oh, but apparently all that was bullshit. Right?
Oh, is that? No, I don't think so.
No, apparently it was all like fabricated.
Well,
but even if but just the story itself. But I don't know. I feel like that. I think there's just something that happens to a person where they're like, you need me in your life. Maybe you can't say it. And I think there's a way that stalkers see things where, like, if you had a stalker and you confronted them and were like, I hate you, I never want to see you again.
Please leave my family alone.
I'm hiring a fucking bodyguard just for you to keep you away, and a restraining order. I think there's a way they would interpret it like,
man,
this is a cry for help.
Yeah.
Like, there's something in there where he's trying to tell me, like, he needs me even more now.
That's horrifying.
I know, dude.
That's really insane. Like
yeah.
Just the infuriating nature of someone who will not listen, but then also act at the exact opposite of the thing you're expressing. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
If you're like, I'm full, and then like an Italian mom is like, 17 more meatballs.
You said you're full, and that's a polite way of saying
you want 17
you're still
meatballs.
Hungry for 17. That's a good number. That's the number St. Nicholas was when he died. When he died of starvation. And that's why he's the patron saint of meatballs. He's the patron saint of meatballs, St. Nicholas, and not Santa Claus. That's St. Nick, just Nick. This is St. Nicholas.
And he's best friends with St. Harvey, the patron saint of lasagna.
Oh, my God. You know about Harvey?
I know about Harvey.
We pray to St. Harvey every year on Thanksgiving because, listen, we do it differently. We have a lasagna for Thanksgiving.
Of course we do.
A turkey lasagna. It feeds the family more. It's more filling. Mm-hmm. But wait, what about St. Jeffrey?
Oh, the saint of eggplant parmesan.
Now that I just don't understand.
No, me neither.
Because that's not a real parmesan.
You don't believe so?
Eggplants, no.
Really?
No.
But it's so good.
but this is the one thing. No, because eggplants they're the foreigners. Oh, there was a vegetable brought over by the foreigners.
Is that true?
I don't know, but I'm gonna say it was because I'm a religious person who doesn't do any research. I just believe what anyone else in my circle tells me.
That's true.
That's why I hate people for no reason.
That's right, and everything's scary.
I also pray to Saint Marcus. Not Saint Marcus, Saint fucking Francesca, the patron saint of hatred.
Every day I pray to the patron saint of hatred to make the fear stop, but every day I wake up afraid until I fall back asleep.
And I look at eggplants and I'm like, what if I just tried one? What if I just tried one and enjoyed it and realized all my anxiety? What if a fucking eggplant is like a vegetable metaphor for me accepting people for who they are? But if they're different, who do you pray for that? Who's the saint of change?
Oh, Harvey, the patron saint of lasagna, help me through this deep fear of eggplant and that parmesan.
Wait, do we both sound like that woman from The Sopranos a little bit?
Which woman?
The one who gets fucking whacked for being a snitch.
I don't know who you're talking about. Adrian?
Adrian gets fucking whacked for snitching.
Oh, I think we're a little older than Adrian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't Adrian like she was like the Christopher?
Yeah, I thought we were both in our 30s there.
I was at least 94.
Were you?
I was so
You sound so young.
No, I'm very, very dry.
You sound like
I have almost no moisture in any part of my body.
Wow, that's...
When I move my arms, it's like someone slowly closing an old closet door.
Well, that's Paulie's fault.
The only wetness I have is in the back of my throat, so when I speak, I sound disgusting.
Wow.
I make people choke.
That lack of moisture was contagious.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I can dry you up in a second, sweetheart.
Sweet. Go ahead. Get ornery around me like Peter used to. Paulie was his name, though. I can't remember. I've had so many husbands.
I've called him Peter ever since I buried him in the backyard.
Yeah,
It's kind of addicting to talk like that.
But if I had
Honestly, we should do an episode where I'm just that lady and you are you.
Yeah.
We can get to know who she really is.
And by the end of it, though, like I can't snap you out of it.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, Ryan, just fucking stop. You're
Yo.
like, I don't even know who Ryan is anymore.
Like Lars and the real girl, but I am the real girl.
I've never seen that.
What happened to Ryan?
Well, he didn't get to do enough stand-up comedy, and he turned into an old woman.
You know the paradox. It's a Boston thing.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't get to do enough comedy, they become old broads. Dude, the fucking...
Has anyone transed into older age? Like, you know, I identify as like a 80-year-old woman.
Old souls?
Instead of, or you know what I'm saying?
Well, isn't that part of what the two is in the LGBT?
Oh, two being
QIA?
two is the
Like
old.
two, I thought
You're like any
two-spirited?
age. Oh, two-spirited.
Like there's
I've
like
heard
a
of.
you identify with like a I don't know. I gotta admit I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I just know it's there. I know it's there. I'm like, cool, do you? But I don't know exactly what it stands for. But let's just, let's say yeah for the sake of this conversation, yes.
Well, in that case, I'm an 82-year-old, beautiful old woman who used to be a secretary for a local newspaper until it was torn asunder by the corporate bigwigs.
Holy shit, man, ma'am, sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Halloween was
This
different.
brings me great joy to be on your show.
This is I've always known this was you. I've
Oh,
always
yes, deep down,
known this was you on the
this
inside.
is who I am.
That's who you've always been.
I'm a dirty, dirty girl.
This podcast is actually just a 13 episode intervention
It's been a
to
lie the whole
finally
time.
bring it out.
This is who I truly am, deep down in my heart. In my heart.
Let me introduce everyone to Mabel
Hello.
Donahue. There it is.
There I am.
Yep.
Lord, please receive me.
So how's the alcohol? How's Alcoholics Anonymous going?
Well, I can't say I respect others, unlike most of the scumbags that are in there.
That's crazy because by admitting that you're in there, you just broke the trust of everyone.
You tricked me.
I did.
You tricked me.
It's easy to
Oh,
trick.
he's a trickster.
It's easy to trick
He's a
an
trickster.
80-year-old woman who's been lying for
Look
this long.
out. Look out. This trickster's going off-roading. Oh, God. I didn't take my medicine.
Which medicine is that, Mabel?
The medicine that makes me not sexually assault people.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Then that's just the end of the
Tell
episode.
me, do you like snuff films?
Yeah. I like an old New England woman. So like just even when they're in like really deep anguish, there's something very funny about even them being like,
You broke my fucking heart.
Was that you in like the past life or this life? You're like a modern day Harold from Harold and Maude, except you're just dumping. You're going to old folks' homes and like hooking up with these older broads and making them feel young and beautiful again, and then you dump them.
I don't know.
You dump a 75-year-old woman for a 72-year-old woman. It's like, oh, you're going younger? Is it because she's younger?
just going into like old like assisted living facilities and just destroying relationships, just being like the young guy. You'd have to have an incredibly low self-esteem to start like fucking around inside of that
See,
world.
that's who needs stalkers. Is like 78-year-olds living in.
You're never too old for a stalker.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you got some young fucking buck who's just gonna show up and
New tennis balls on my walker.
yeah, want to sniff your fucking underwear and feed you tapioca pudding and shit.
Dude, I think stalkers would be absolutely welcomed in the elderly community.
Yeah.
Why is no one stalking elderly people?
It's easier.
Yeah, they can't go fast away from you.
There you go.
I guess there wouldn't be much of an adventure because they're just kind of sitting in a chair and waiting to shit.
Yeah, but come on, what's What's not adventurous about that?
That's true. There's a lot going on.
You know what I mean? Because, like, you take that, I guarantee most of the people they're stalking, it's the same thing. Someone just sitting around waiting to shit. But
Yeah.
you're paying attention to their every move. When are they going to shit? What are they going to shit? How are they going to shit?
How many times do you think a stalker has had to decide between taking a shit in the toilet and like staying on track with who he's stalking, so he ends up shitting his
I'm
pants
willing to bet stalkers wear diapers
so they can
and
stay
just shit on the go.
because they're that devoted
Because whoever they're stalking needs them that much.
that they will shit
know
themselves and sit in their poopy diaper.
They're like, they need me so much that if I were to step away to
Look
poop,
what I did for you.
I might fucking lose sight of them, and then they're in danger again. Danger from not being with me.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's man, you really lost the plot if you're
You know what?
stalking. To any one of you 300 people that watches this show, if you're stalking someone, knock it off.
Just
all right?
come on. Go.
The only person you're really looking for is a deeper connection with yourself. So find that. Reach down in there and see what you get. You might not
Transcendental
love
meditation. That's what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, dude. This is the most annoying thing about transcendental meditation. Everyone else I talk to who's done it swears by it.
That is annoying.
Yeah, and I'm like, what did I do wrong?
I don't know. I don't like. You know what it is? It's too.
I still try.
Things like that are just so difficult for me to believe because I think people kind of play the game of like being more mindful than other people
Sure.
sometimes. So there is a part of me that it's like, yeah, it's really helped like chill me out. Like I just started meditating and like everything's come together. Then you go into their apartment and it's just covered in like SpaghettiOs with meatballs, and you're like, all right, well you're just you're a mess.
Well, I will say this.
You know the meatballs in a SpaghettiO,
I get it. I know what that means.
bad. You're fucked.
Meditating is good when you want to take a 22-minute almost nap.
Sure.
Because I will say this. There's times when you're meditating.
I just call that digesting food.
Sure. But when you do like the mantra and all that shit, it never, like your brain never turns off. It's more like if your brain is a house and your thoughts are the guests and you're having a house party, when you meditate and it works, it feels like you're just stepping into the bedroom and shutting the door. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're still aware of what the
Or
guests
perhaps
are up to.
everyone has found a nice little corner to sit down and read a magazine in.
Right. Sure, that too. But they're still there. They're still breathing and coughing.
A
And
local magazine that I used to run.
uh-oh, Jesus.
All right. I won't do it
She's
again.
back.
I won't do it again. But yes, no,
Mabel Donahue.
I could see that. I like the birth of Mabel. I'm not mad at Mabel.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
This is your
It's going to be annoying.
this is your Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, my God. That would be
Mabel the
fantastic.
secretary?
I don't think most people know that is a character that he just decided to become one day.
I would be shocked if you were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think people have any idea.
I think, yeah, people think he's actually a
It was
redneck.
just a closer that killed so hard, and then someone was like, why don't you make the whole plane out of the black radio? And he's like, you're right.
It's not what it was.
That's not the case?
It was a character he did.
I thought he closed with it.
No, this is what I heard. It was his friends were the DJs on the radio. He would call in as that character.
I really did dry you out with that character.
You did.
With that
you did, yeah.
lady.
He would call in as the character.
Oh, okay.
And people loved it so much that he made an appearance as Larry the Cable Guy once. And everyone lost their mind. He was like, that guy's real. And he just started touring as that guy. And now he's
That guy.
doing all right, you know?
Yeah,
He's doing fine.
he's probably got a couple, like a car.
Right. A couple Honda Civics.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking hilarious, like rich but not rich. Like listen, I got a fucking condo, 2 Honda Civics, all right? Gas grill, not yet. But electric, not bad.
You're just basically describing everyone at a Sandals resort hotel.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Wow, the fact that you know what a Sandals is.
But I think that that is a whole subset of people that are like, they're like the rich, like I made it in like, I'm like a rich, rich relative to middle class.
Completely broke.
Yes. But then rich people look at those people and they're like, you are a bum, you know.
But then there's always a richer person
Of course.
looking down going, oh, it's really?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a private jet? You know?
Try not having touched the ground in a year and a half. I guarantee you there's someone who's on a streak of like, I haven't touched the ground.
Like they just are carried everywhere?
Like helicoptered from the top floor
Oh.
to...
You mean haven't touched like street level?
Yes.
Okay. In how long, you think?
Realistically, probably... They could probably go a month without touching like the street level ground.
Like they wake up on the they live in a penthouse.
Yeah.
They go to the roof of that building.
Yeah.
Helicopter to wherever the office
Whatever
is.
they want gets delivered.
Right.
They go somewhere, they helicopter them.
Helicopter there.
Now they're in that building. Maybe take a walk on the High Line.
Yeah. Maybe, but then like after hours type. I don't know because there's too much like.
Yeah.
There's too much. Okay, but here's the thing. All that happens underground. Like they're only going to like underground super party, sex club shit. So technically they're now below street level,
Yes.
not on street level.
Yes.
Because if they're on street level, now they get capped.
Is it true that the Federal Reserve Bank has like 30 floors underneath the earth?
If I knew that and told you, Ryan, don't you think my life would be in danger? No, I don't know. Probably.
I think that I've heard that it has like that many stories beneath, which is crazy to think about, like being like working there
Oh yeah.
and then going down there to like fuck your secretary in hell.
I mean, dude, I don't fancy myself a conspiracy guy, but I do just believe that the ultra 1% of the 1% mega wealthy, they have like built an Atlantis or something equivalent. There's
Yeah,
like
you would
you know what I'm
think.
saying? Like a
Well, I guess that's what Epstein's Island was before everyone ruined it.
goddamn snitches. No, I mean not even that. Like a straight up like, hey, there's like a city underwater or in the mountains somewhere deep enough or
Oh my God, you're so dry.
throat.
Do you need a cup of coffee? There you go.
No, but like some sort of like, hey, when the shit starts hitting the fan, we're all just going here. Mm-hmm. And we can live there. We have enough supplies and human sacrifices and things we can do for 80 years. By then, the radiation will have died off. And I do think that.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I do think there's some sort of
But
like,
even I think they probably wouldn't even trust each other enough to really, you know.
like dude, like part of me thinks like, but well, I don't know, because part of me thinks that like the Elon Musks of the world have fully understand that they're helping usher in a Christian theocracy who are people who I actively want the world to end because they think Jesus will come back when it doesn't.
Yeah.
And they want this to happen. They want to speed the process up because to them, there's too many peasants on the face of the earth. Too many people who, you know, these people want their fair shot at life too. Well, fuck that. Let's let them wipe each other out while we hang out in the apocalypse Atlantis.
Yeah.
And then we let, I don't know, probably 25 years go by while we live in this plush thing that's been built for decades or maybe even longer, and then we come out and the planet's just ours again, or our children's.
I believe I heard Elon Musk said that robots will outnumber humans in the next 20 years or something like
How?
that. I think he plans to build
I've
them.
seen 8 robots.
That's what he's saying.
I've seen 2 in real life.
Well, you have to wonder what a robot is, what constitutes a robot.
Well, I'll tell you what right now, Ryan.
Oh my God!
Cyborg 6911111195555 glitch. That was pretty good actually.
That wasn't that bad.
Glitch.
Dude, yeah, you're RoboCop, though.
What if we do
The
it?
Jamaican RoboCop.
Yeah.
That's a good... I saw a video of that the
Thank
other
you.
day, and I was like, that's funny. Did I ever tell you I was a member of the official Power Rangers fan club?
See, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You learn a lot about a guy.
I signed up for it.
Okay.
And you had to mail, like, you had to send in money or whatever, and then I got a package. It was like a briefcase with Power Rangers on it, and you
Okay.
open it up, and it had signed headshots of every Power Ranger,
Ooh.
as well as like my own like belt and like a couple other accessories, right? And like I had it for like 2 days, and then I lost it, and I had dreams that I found it for like a year and a half, and I would wake up disappointed. Like I remember, like I had more experiences dreaming that I found my official Power Rangers fan club briefcase membership than actually.
Maybe that was the actual reward, though. All those dreams. You woke up every morning,
Disappointed that I couldn't find my.
but it also prepared you for the real world. Sometimes dreams don't happen. You got to make them happen.
Wow.
Ryan, look under your chair. What if you pulled out and it was the fucking... If I would pay every one of... I would rob a bank. I would rob the Federal Reserve to be able to pay for that moment.
Dude, that's
Yeah, just you being like, "Oh my God, there it's been here the whole fucking time."
I think my head would actually explode, like, because it's such a niche thing that no one, there's no possible, you would have broken the space-time continuum.
Well, it's like, what the fuck? I knew I was right. The Power Rangers and I just missed each other by like a few months. Like I was a little too old for it. But what was their actual power?
The Green Ranger
Being fucking
was like,
pansexual and energetic.
yes,
Yeah.
precisely. The Yellow Ranger was Asian.
Uh-oh. Wait, really?
Yes. The Pink Ranger, the 90s were very simple.
They made the yellow, the Asian.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
The Pink Ranger was a hot lady.
Of course.
The Black Ranger was black. They really didn't. They didn't. There wasn't a lot of creativity in that writers' room. I'm realizing it's like, oh, the blue one's a guy, the pink one's a girl, the black one's black, the yellow one's Asian, and then the green one is just another guy. But they made him the White Ranger, and that's the guy.
What did the White Ranger do?
I think. No, ask me what the Red Ranger did.
What did the Red Ranger do?
The Red Ranger killed someone with a sword in a parking lot in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that actor.
No shit.
Dude, with a fucking sword. I mean,
Okay.
I thought only wrestlers, like, get consumed by their character, but this guy is, like, icing people in, like, I think it was, like, a fucking, some innocuous restaurant parking lot, and he fucking stabbed a guy to death with a sword.
Like they got into like it's my spot, asshole.
And then he was like, I don't think it is your spot. And he's like, whoa, holy shit, are you the Red Ranger? And he's like, it's too fucking late.
It's too
and then
late
he
for
stabbed,
that.
and
Yeah.
he cut him all up, and then he thought he was going to disappear like one of those gray guys.
Yeah.
Remember they used to just vanish conveniently?
The gray
That's the
guys?
great. That's yeah. So the Power Rangers, the guys that they were fighting against, were just basically dressed in a giant. What are the things that pantyhose?
Okay.
And they were just like gray, faceless, bad fighters. They were like bad at karate.
Okay.
And so the Power Rangers, they'd hit him 3 times, and the guy would like spin and then fall, and then he would just vanish like a video game.
And you were a fan of this.
It was the yeah.
This was the.
Then there was like a giant pig that they all that would like be at the top of a hill, and he would be like, and they'd be like, oh shit, the pig guy, and then they'd get in there it's morphin' time, and they would morph. That's what they could do. They could morph
Into what?
into bigger Power Rangers.
Okay.
So it was like Transformers. Like they were like inside of a fucking giant and
Oh, it
they
was
would
like the-
shoot missiles and shit
Okay.
like that. Yeah. So they would morph into. Oh no, wait! They all became like big animals. One of them became like a fucking. I don't really remember what they morphed into, to be honest.
It's because I kind of remember, because couldn't they join in? No, that's Voltron. I'm thinking of Voltron. Which sounds like it's the exact same fucking thing.
Oh no!
What? I know, dude.
What's going on?
I don't know.
We were hanging out for like
water.
a couple hours before this, and there was no semblance of dry anything.
I'm drinking water. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway. Voltron. Remember Voltron? This sounds like the Power Rangers just lifted it and made it lamer.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Though I don't know for sure, and I
Because
can't.
Voltron
say.
was the... I can't
I would
remember.
never speak ill of the creators of the greatest show
Voltron
of all
was
time.
it was a similar thing. A group of people but they all had a certain like animal robot that they rode around in, and when they really had to fuck shit up, they'd form into Voltron. They'd all like
that
one would
is
become its
exactly what
leg,
they would.
one
Yeah,
would become-
that's what that was. They would all come together
Yeah.
to make a giant super
Okay.
dinosaur.
and then Voltron had a giant sword. So.
yeah, so did that guy.
Well, that's fucking.
Wait, who came first though? Voltron came before Power Rangers?
Definitely.
Really?
Definitely Voltron came first. Voltron! I know.
Wow. Think about that. It's morphin' time.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
You're right.
Coke and Pepsi. But
Right.
one of them, if one of them didn't taste like anything, the gray guys.
Yeah, but the Pink Ranger, she was my first crush. Who was your first crush?
Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I was more of a Jesse guy myself.
Well,
No, I'm
that's
just
you're a
kidding.
fucking psycho.
I'm kidding. Dude, did you ever see Showgirls?
Of course, I saw Shark.
Dude, that movie sucks
there you
so
go.
bad.
Let me ask me if I snuck into theaters to see Showgirls. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was awful.
I was 16, maybe 17 when that came out. And there was a big like, so I didn't have to sneak in.
It ruined her career.
Yeah. It was a fucking terrible movie.
It's so bad. There was
like-
one scene where she just like is giving a guy a lap dance, and she's just like there's just nothing
Yeah.
sexy about what she's doing
There's
at
nothing-
all. It was just all like fucking like jagged, like really like
Well, do you remember
just slamming her skull into a guy's lap.
when she shows up in Vegas or whatever for the first time? She's watching the dancers, but she's just like
Yeah, yeah,
mimicking the moves.
right.
It's just so fucking...
And then she like is in that same like sequence. She kind of like she meets a girl or whatever, and then like ends up like the girl buys her a meal, and then the girl says one thing she doesn't like, and she's like, well, fine, and like throws her French fries across the fucking restaurant, and then like a minute later the girl's like, hey, do you need a place to crash? Like, you can stay at my place. And I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
You're meeting a stranger in Vegas who's acting erratically, and you're like, come sleep in my home.
there is the scene where her and the dude, I can't think of his name, but he's been in a bunch of other movies too. But they're like, grinding up on each other, and then they start making out, and he goes for the, and she's like, no, stop, I'm on my period, and he goes, bullshit, and she goes, check. And he
Ew.
just hand in the pants, and he comes out and does like this, and he goes, yep. You don't see anything, but I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell. Like, who was watching that like when they were making it and being like, this is a good idea.
Well, that was also a time where I feel like Jessie Spano. That was her name. That was her character name. Jessie Spano.
Oh yeah, I forgot her last name.
But that was her thing. Was like that actor. What the fuck was her even name? I can't remember the actress's name. Anyway, she was like, I want to shake my Saved by the Bell image.
Oh, that's what it was.
100%.
Yeah.
But if Tiffany Amber Thiessen
Yeah.
had done Showgirls, it would have been a hit.
Yeah, but
Because more people would have.
But Kelly would never do that, though. Kelly would never do that. She was a good girl. Jessie was doing the drugs.
Yep.
She got addicted to speed.
The speed.
She was a type A gal, which I think she actually is in real life, just based on the way that she would like physically move. You're like, oh, this person is like a fucking like
That was
everything's a right angle in her brain.
Yes. That was also the drug of the 90s sitcom. Speed. Couldn't be Coke, couldn't be Speed. Will Smith, the Fresh Prince.
I can't tell.
Carlton takes the speed.
Did we already talk about how on Seventh Heaven Simon was huffing paint? I think we might have already
Jesus,
discussed that.
No, because we've never talked about Seventh Heaven.
Simon's huffing, like as if that's like a common fucking thing.
I mean, it's more common. I mean, you grew up in the South, Playboy.
Yo, how and
Yeah.
also the fucking the priest, the pastor dad in Seventh Heaven wound up being a pedophile in real life. Did you know that?
I see.
Even when you're acting as a pastor, you end up being a pedophile.
Yeah. Even if you part of getting into character is actually digging into that side of yourself
Your Honor,
that the character relates to.
you have to understand that it was being an artist.
I was acting. Dude, that's really who was the dad? Michael Landon? No.
Yeah, I think is that his name?
I don't know.
The dad on Seventh Heaven.
I never watched Seventh Heaven.
Oh yeah,
I was busy watching Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah, cooler choice. Seventh Heaven did not age well at all.
On Beverly Hills
A
90210.
lot of 90s TV was really fucking bad.
I mean, dude, there was a show called Melrose Place. Mm-hmm. You remember that show?
I didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
I barely watched it. But the whole concept of the show was it was an apartment building. And all of the tenants just like got along and their lives intertwined.
So it was like bigger Friends.
It was like dramatic.
Oh, and it was a drama?
It was pre-Friends, yeah. Yeah, it was yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it was pre. I mean, Friends also, when you look at Friends now, you're like, no.
But you get why it works.
I get why it worked, but
Yeah.
you're like, is that a thing? 6 people in Manhattan?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Or like when you look at Seinfeld now, you're like, so Seinfeld's just in the show, he's a successful touring comedian who hangs out with 3 non-comedians. Right there, you've lost me. The guy's got 3 civilian friends that he hangs out with all the time and no comedians. Okay, sure.
Yeah, he never hangs out with a comedian in
Ever.
the show.
Ever. Except for when he sees Mario Joyner from time to time. But he is not playing a comedian. You know? It's like, yeah, a lot of 90s shows were just like, yeah, that whatever. That premise works.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
yeah,
fuck
when you're
it.
the first to anything, it's
Yeah.
totally, you don't have to do anything other than be like, oh, yeah, it's the same thing, but it's a girl now.
Yeah. Friends, it's like, hey, these are 6 white people. They're going to live in the same 2 apartments for 10 years. 10 years.
New York City.
New York City, Manhattan.
Nobody's black.
Exactly. And they will only hang out with each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's 8.6 million people. Only
And
each other.
sometimes he'll fuck her, and
Yep.
sometimes
He'll-
she'll fuck him.
They'll only go to this.
But he'll never fuck her or
Yeah.
him.
Oh, yeah. Their rent will never be raised.
Nope.
And also, they'll only go to this one coffee shop. That'll always be there, by the way.
It'll never get priced out.
Ever.
And
ever.
where is it? Central Park?
Central Park. Near Central Park.
There is a Central Park in
Well, now there is.
yeah, but it's I went there thinking it would be cool, and it was a truck.
Ugh.
It's just a coffee truck.
Wait, did they ever? Because you kind of know where Seinfeld's located. You kind of know they all lived on like the lower Upper West Side, right?
Yeah, well, if Central Park is any indication, then Friends was also like probably Midtown,
Ugh.
like where. Yeah, dude, that's the worst part of the city by far.
Yeah.
What even is? It's just like giant,
It's
mostly empty office buildings now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Places for CEOs to get shot. Was that Midtown? Yeah, it was.
Was it Midtown?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Like,
Fantastic.
it's just but also like that's that's not a.
I hope that guy's one of the 300 people that listens to this show, and I if you are, we love you very much.
Midtown New York sucks, but also, oh yeah, dude, like the 90s in Beverly Hills 90210, they went to a rave once or a party, and there was a drug being sold called Euphoria.
Whoa.
Which was supposed to be
foreshadowing.
right, and all of the dealers had T-shirts that just had the number 4 on it.
Oh, you have told me about this actually.
Yeah, Euphoria,
Yeah.
lame.
Yeah, that is lame.
Also, but do you remember, speaking of Kelly Kapowski, the episode where they're hanging out with like that rock star and they're at that party and they're passing the doob around?
Oh, and she wants to go home
Yeah, and
because
Zach's
she
like,
feels
and
uncomfortable.
Zach's like, you smoke pot? And the guy goes, yeah, who doesn't? And he goes, Zach goes, I don't. And then I was like, yeah, I don't either. And then Kelly's like, me neither. And the rock star dude's like, but Kelly. And she's like, no. And they leave over pot.
Yikes.
Here's the thing, though, dude. That kind of shit happens. There are people like that. Did you not grow up with those people?
That were oh no, actually my
Right?
dude, my good friend to this day, like my best friend really, had a gal friend in high school, and like we got high at his parents' New Year's party when we were in like 10th grade, and she cried. She was like, "You said you weren't gonna do
Dude, yeah.
Like deep, like the deep well of pain.
Yeah. There were people that were taught that, like, if you smoked pot, you were a fucking druggie, bro.
Yeah.
You were going to start doing blow. You were going to start stealing.
Which couldn't be further from, like...
Further from the truth.
Like, weed and blow are just absolutely different. Like, it's the opposite vibe.
I've said this on stage, so if you've heard it. The first time I did cocaine was one reason, and one reason only. I was shit-faced.
Yeah.
That is it. I was drunk out of my fucking skull.
Right.
Drinking Natty Tall Boys, Natty Ice. 19 years old. Yeah, 19. Someone has blow. Fuck it, I'll do it. That's it. That's the sole purpose. Or sole reason.
Yeah.
No other reason. I've never been high and been like, you know what I need? A fucking stimulant.
No, I mean, usually, like...
You know what I need?
Like, you ever kind of just be like, I don't... If I get high, I usually am more in touch with what I actually want.
Yeah.
If I'm, like, stoned, I'm like, oh, I don't really actually want to eat, like, that shit food. I kind of need a fucking apple or whatever the hell.
Right. You know what I want? That would be fucking hilarious if you're like the stoner, like, man, I could really go for some banana and like non-processed oats right now, man.
Fuck yeah.
Like that guy.
100%.
Yeah. When I'm drunk, I'm like, I'll eat a fucking another slice of pizza.
In fact, I need like greasy shit because I think it's gonna like somehow I don't know if this is really true or not, but it's said that greasy foods like will help absorb the alcohol or something, so you don't get hungover. How is that
possible?
I don't know.
I've heard this my whole life as well. How does a liquidy food absorb a liquid? And it's already in your stomach, which is filled with liquid.
And your body is 75% water.
Yeah.
Or more, I think.
The whole, like, greasy food soaks up the alcohol. How? How does it differentiate the alcohol from your stomach acid or from your blood? It's bullshit. I think it just floods your body with sodium so your heart starts pumping and you process it out sooner, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it probably makes you even more swollen. And
I swear to God, dude, I know fucking people who consider themselves intelligent enough to vote that have said things to me like, no, man, you eat the greasy food, it soaks up the alcohol, and then you shit that out. Like, that is, what? The fuck are you talking about?
It's possible.
How?
I don't know how anything fucking works in the body, if I'm being honest.
Well, how does a butt plug work?
That's not the same thing.
Yes, it is. You put it a butt. It makes sure if you put it in your butt plug. Hear me out. You put it in your anus. It widens your anal cavity, and it constricts your vaginal canal, and it makes sex feel better for both parties. Mm-hmm. Bam.
Yeah, but that's a sex toy. That's not food.
What's the difference? At the end of the day,
your body processing it beyond
process that for you, right? True.
Yeah, it's going through the entire.
I don't think it's possible that if you eat a fucking fried chicken and waffle, fried chicken and waffles, is that even still a thing anymore?
Yeah.
Remember when that was like the biggest?
Yeah, Sweet Chick still does it, and I think down south they.
Yeah. All right, so you eat a big fucking chili omelet because you're hungover. How the fuck does that? Also, food that you chew that then mixes with your saliva and basically turns into pulp so you could swallow it.
I think it's...
How does that then soak up the booze? It's the same consistency. And plus the booze by that point has probably been in your system for 6 or 7 to 8 hours.
I have a friend...
It's already in your bloodstream.
I have a friend who's a poop scientist, and I bet you he would know.
Yeah, let's fucking ask this fucking poop scientist.
I really want to, but we're using my phone to record the podcast.
Oh, we can listen. Let's get him in here another time. But that's a thing.
We should have the poop scientist on.
Like a gastroenterologist? Or is it actually just a poop scientist?
He's a poop scientist.
Okay. Sweet. I'll calm down. Yeah, he's not a doctor.
No.
He can't prescribe you anything.
He's really into poop.
He just talk about poop with you.
Yeah, they were trying to develop a antibiotic that would kill only the bad bacteria instead of killing all good and bad bacteria in your body. Because that's what antibiotics do. That's why they're kind of not as good as they could be.
Wait, Did you just have an antibiotic kill your train of thought? Because you were just like, he just went so like, an antibiotic.
Well, that's how not fun that whole
That's
world.
informational.
It is informational, but I realized I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I also, I want to get to the bottom of it because I think it's, and not that it's that big of a deal. I just hate when people say it factually. Like, no, man, greasy food soaks up the booze. I'm like, stop it. Or just greasy food makes you feel better because it makes you actually feel, it distracts you from how hungover you are. I've also never, if I'm being real, never eaten greasy food while I'm hungover and be like, well, now I feel great.
No, it's the night before. It's when you're drunk and you eat it. It helps absorb the alcohol, which does make sense because otherwise your body just is, it's just booze.
Maybe in that situation, maybe it dilutes the alcohol. So
maybe that's what.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, there you go. It's all about when. I've always heard it as a when you're hungover,
No,
you eat the greasy food to.
No, it's to avoid the hangover.
See, I've never heard it to avoid the hangover.
Oh, who the fuck? No,
I've heard it to.
That's the only thing that I've ever heard. No, to be hungover and eat extra shit. I don't think that's gonna make you feel anything but tired.
You ever hear a comedian tell a joke where you're like, that's not. No one ever says that. The premise.
Yes, all the fuck.
Like,
almost every time I watch comedy.
Where it's like you're saying. I just remember some comic would talk about. I can't remember the guy's name, but he said how you'd get fucked. His whole joke was you go out all night to get drunk, spending all this money, and then you have the one friend who'd be like, let's go to Denny's and sober up. I'm like, no one says that. No one ever says, let's go sober up.
Yeah.
You're just fucked up and you want to eat because you're trashed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's do the responsible thing here, gang. And
yeah. No one has ever, guys, you know what? We're all fucking fucked up.
We need to
At
stop.
least you eat food because we need sustenance. It's never that. It's a virus. I'll fucking eat.
Yeah.
I know the podcast.
Dude, it's been your death episode for sure. It's been the death of you and the birth of Clara or whatever the fuck you call her.
Mabel Donahue.
That's right.
Mabel and Donahue.
How long do you think we've been talking to each other for?
An hour?